I would like to welcome Ms. Penelope Robotis, Chief Psychometrics and Recruitment Officer of IMEC Center.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm not being too loud. Thank you for all being here. I know we're all waiting for our next break. I'm Penelope Robotis, as introduced, Chief Psychometrician and Psychologist for IMEC Center. And it's my pleasure to present this afternoon some of the findings and insights we gathered from our platform with a focus on shifting mindsets on board. The focus of my presentation is to introduce this data collected from our platform. Our platform assesses psychological attributes and soft skills prior to employment. Our goal is to support maritime companies in selecting, training, and developing essential skills for their officers, transforming them into effective leaders. I managed that one. Soft skills are non-technical skills that significantly impact how we work and how we interact with others in the workplace. For maritime officers, these skills are crucial in fostering a collaborative, productive, and harmonious work environment, given the demands of the profession. Key soft skills include communication, effective communication, conflict management, adaptability, resiliency, leadership, teamwork, problem solving, and emotional intelligence. These skills are essential for effective leadership and smooth operations on the ship. Our top officers require specific skills to excel in their roles and successfully lead their teams. Our study focused on the 4 top officers, and let's delve a little bit deeper into the qualities that IMEC assessment performs during the looks for during the assessment process. One is leadership presence, which is the ability to inspire and motivate your crew by cultivating respect, loyalty, and enthusiasm. Crisis management, the capability to stay calm and make clear, effective decisions during emergencies. Cultural sensitivity, which is the skill to navigate gracefully through the cultural differences, ensuring that all team members are heard, understood, and valued. Decision-making, the competence to handle unexpected turns or challenges. And finally, ensuring compliance to safety, which is the ability to lead by example and a strong work ethic, ensuring adherence to safety protocols and regulations. Our objective is, by shifting the mindset of the officers, enhancing their soft skills, and transforming them into effective leaders, we can achieve several key benefits, as we have observed, read, studied in all industries. One is to enhance the employee engagement, because officers who are effective leaders can motivate their teams effectively. That leads to higher morale. Increase retention rates. When officers feel competent and supported in their roles, that they are more likely to stay in the company. Boost operational efficiency, improved communication, and problem-solving skills lead to smoother operations. Enhanced decision-making. Oh, sorry, I think I skipped one. Okay. reduce incidents due to human error, because better decision-making and crisis management can significantly reduce human errors. Enhance decision-making, because officers with strong soft skills can make better decisions under pressure. Improve compliance, thus reduce legal costs, because effective leadership ensures better adherence to regulations and reducing legal risks. Finally, well, two more. Boost morale, because a supportive and a well-led team is less likely to experience burnout. Finally, lower turnover and training costs, because retaining skilled officers reduces the need for new retrainings. Not retraining, constant. Okay. Now, IMEC uses a standardized and validated soft skills assessment tools to evaluate qualities and traits associated with effective leadership by assessing traits in the 5 big theory of personality: neuroticism, extroversion, openness to experience, agreeableness, and conscientiousness. As you may read a little bit about our findings here, but the current data that we use for this presentation in our study is based on the assessments of approximately 2,385 officers born from 1981 and onwards. And that includes the millennials, Generation Y, and Generation Z. Now, a common personality profile that we come across during our study is that our officers show a mix of strong traits and areas, of course, that require improvement. They're generally reliable, hardworking, organized, and which are key to safety and efficiency on board. Many are outgoing, energetic, and good at teamwork and communication. Whereas they appreciate new ideas and creativity, there appears to be some room for growth in being more innovative and open-minded in their problem-solving abilities. They're typically kind and cooperative, helping to resolve conflicts and maintain a positive work environment. However, we also observed that some officers experience higher level of anxiety and impulsiveness, indicating the need for better stress management courses. Overall, our officers have a solid base for leadership, and with more targeting training can become effective and resilient leaders. Now, some of the key areas we found some of the key findings in terms of areas for improvement based on this specific study was that officers with higher neuroticism scores or higher scores in their traits of anger, anxiety, and impulsiveness may struggle with emotional stability. That can lead to impulsive behaviors and challenges in self-discipline. We also observe some lower scores on fantasy and feelings. And you may wonder, well, why would those be important? Because some of these traits, assessed in openness to experience are related to creative problem solving and innovative thinking. So lower scores in some of these areas may result in less creative problem solving and difficulty in thinking outside the box. In terms of extroversion, officers with lower scores in excitement seeking, which is a great thing, having low scores in excitement seeking, because they do prefer routine and predictable tasks. However, by having a slight increase in that trait, we can also help officers respond more energetically to dynamic and challenging situations. Finally, in agreeableness, we notice lower scores in modesty, which suggests potential challenges to building trust and accepting feedback. Now, what I put together was that I used a specific data set to also discover some more interesting findings. And of course, I would love to have the time to share all these findings I discovered, but I focused on on 3-4 areas that I found interesting. First of all, I know we all talk about Generation Y, Generation Z, and of course very little about my generation as we're coming out of the workforce. But it is interesting to discover that Generation Z exhibits a higher level of vulnerability to stress, indicating the need for stress management. And of course, that is to be expected. They're the younger crowd entering a demanding profession, so of course they do have higher levels of vulnerability to stress compared to the older generations. They also had the lowest scores in competence, which is related to self-confidence. Then again, that is to be expected. But what does that mean for maritime companies? It means the need for training and maybe coaching and mentorship. Finally, Generation Z, along with Generation Y, had higher scores on positive emotion, energetic activity levels, which is related to energy, and motivation. And how that translates for maritime companies is that we need to keep them motivated. We need to give them a work environment where they feel that they are motivated to stay in. And finally, we also observed that Generation Z and Generation Y present low scores on modesty, a trait of agreeableness that is related to team cohesion and collaboration, indicating the need for more team building development. Now, shifting from a manager to a leader. I don't know, I don't think I'm very good with technology. So, what are we learning through our study here? Based on our experience and the data provided by the IMEC platform, we have collected, not only for today's presentation, but through our entire database, we recommend the following strategies. What we need to do for our officers, our leaders. We need to be able to provide mental health support, provide mental health resources, counseling, and stress management courses. We need to be able to offer trainings in strategic decision-making and strategic decision-making and working under pressure. Strengthening of interpersonal skills by implementing team-building activities that focus on conflict resolution, effective communication, and collaborative problem-solving. Finally, don't forget, leadership is a dynamic concept. It requires ongoing evaluation, training, development through training programs that focus on leadership skills, emotional intelligence, and strategic thinking. And now taking you a little bit further, let's look at the national specific insights or cultural differences found among our officers for this study on personality traits by taking again into consideration individuals born after 1981 and only focusing on the top 4 officers. We took the 5 different nationalities and attempted to present different traits and personality traits that we identified. So what we observed in our studies was that the Greek officers had a high score on extroversion and conscientiousness, which is related to, of course, to work ethic, and higher than their counterparts on anxiety, suggesting that we need a targeted stress management support. Regarding the officers from the Russian Federation, they're very strong in conscientiousness, while there's room for improvement in interpersonal relations, especially on empathy and trust. This is where we observe the lowest scores. Regarding Ukrainian officers, they score the highest in conscientiousness, work ethic, and particularly in the trait of achievement and deliberation, but require or seem to need more training in emotional management. Filipino officers, highly cooperative and caring, with a disciplined approach to work, but could benefit from more creative thinking and problem solving. Finally, Georgian officers, well-rounded personalities, very conducive to teamwork, but higher scores on neuroticism indicate the need for stress management. Okay, sorry. I guess I did skip that slide. So if you need more time to read about it, this is what I was just talking about. Their strengths and areas for potential improvement. And I can move on? Okay, great. So why are soft skill assessments essential for shipping companies? What is the advantage in developing the future leaders? Because through assessment, maritime companies can create a pool of candidates that can and review the findings and the information and comparing it with information from other sources, such as work history records, performance evaluations, feedback from peers and supervisors, previous assessments, conduct behavioral interviews and leadership trainings, and observe candidates' skills in action, ensuring that they align with leadership expectations. Finally, through our assessment, we can develop a system for continuous development, offering ongoing training programs that focus on leadership skills, problem-solving qualities, and strategic thinking to help this identify talents grow in their roles. Enhancing the soft skills of Enhancing the soft skills of our maritime officers is an essential part to ensuring effective leadership and safe operational success. I thank you for your time, and I hope we enjoy our coffee break.